looks really unique. You know, I think it's very creative for Caitlin Clark to come up with something like this. And I just enjoy like all of it. You know, it's like aura.
We love it! It's simple, yet it speaks a lot.
I love it so much.
I'm a big fan of it. Simplicity is the best. I like the design. Nike always does great with design, so I'm a huge fan of the logo.
It looks really cool. I was really excited to see it last night, and it looks like we're going to get shirts with it on it, so that's pretty exciting, too.
I like it. I like how it incorporates like the CC.
I love it. Double C's. Let's go, Kayla.
Feels good. Got the pants, got the charms, necklace, zipper.
But that's not even the wildest part. With Caitlin Clark sidelined, 5 teammates scratched from the lineup, and her Nike logo exploding across Gamebridge like it was Times Square, Indiana didn't just survive, they stunned the league. They smashed records, climbed back into playoff territory, and flipped the entire script in a single game. The grit, the history, and the looming question remain: what will Clark's comeback unleash next? This wasn't just a regular win, it was a thunderous message to the rest of the WNBA. If you're feeling that fire, then comment, "Fired up for the Fever right now, let's go." Think about it. When has a player not even touched the floor yet controlled the entire night?
Tonight from downtown Indianapolis, the Fever welcome in the Seattle Storm with major playoff implications on the line tonight.
All right, y'all, look, it's a big one tonight, okay? It's an important one. This has got to be our best 40 minutes. This has got to be our most intentional 40 minutes in everything that we do, okay? Look, no one person needs to do anything outside of themselves, right? But every single person in this locker room needs to be the best.
That's exactly what went down inside Gamebridge Fieldhouse, where the spotlight never left Caitlin Clark. She wasn't in uniform, just sitting in street clothes, yet Nike chose this night to drop her signature logo. Instantly, the building transformed into a full-on Clark takeover. The double CC glowed on giant outside displays, lit up every scoreboard, and stamped across the free t-shirts handed out to fans like it was a championship parade. Within minutes, thousands slipped them on, turning the arena into one massive sea of Clark supporters. A stadium-wide uniform for a player who didn't even lace up, and the atmosphere? Electric. Before the ball was even tipped, Clark's absence had been erased by her brand power. Gainbridge wasn't just hosting a game, it had been reborn as Caitlin Clark Arena. Everywhere you looked there was a banner, fresh merchandise, or fans gripping that exclusive limited edition gear like it was gold. This wasn't just WNBA basketball, it was a cultural spectacle, a citywide moment that felt bigger than the game itself. The pre-game ceremonies cranked up the tension, and every time Caitlin Clark's name hit the MIC, the crowd roared like she was about to check in. Even though this was her 16th straight game out with injury, here's where the real drama hit.
He's been the one that's been most affected by all of our injuries. You know, all of the point guards that know how to get her the ball and how they get it to her. And it's not just getting her the ball, it's where you get it to her. You know, getting it to her on time, on target, you know, thinking one pass ahead, you know, all that matters. And I thought today, her aggressiveness with the ball in her hands to the rim, getting into defenders, playing low to high instead of high to low. When she plays like that, you know, there's nobody that can stop her. And, you know, she set the tone for us, really on both ends. You know, she had the NECA assignment as well and set the tone for us on both ends. And
Clark wasn't the only star in street clothes. Sophie Cunningham, Chloe BBY, Sydney Coulson, and Ari McDonald were all sidelined too. 5 Fever players gone just like that. And with Indiana already dropping 4 of their last 5, this wasn't just another matchup. It was a survival test, with the playoff race breathing down their necks. One stumble here could cost more than a night. It could cost their season. That's why the evening felt split in 2. Off the court, Indiana was hosting a full-blown Clark festival. But on the hardwood, they were holding the roster together with tape and grit, bracing against the storm. Even coach Stephanie White admitted before tip-off that Indiana had to treat this like playoff basketball. Every single game matters. And Aliyah Boston drove the point home, saying the energy felt like May basketball, not August. That's how high the stakes were. The Fever couldn't just coast through this one. The collision of celebration and desperation lit a fire that raised the intensity from the opening possession.
It's special. I mean, you know, there's very few people who get the opportunity to say that they have a logo and to make the impact that she makes, not just I think in the sport, but globally, just by being who she is. She's a connector. She brings people together. And, I think for us to be a part of that, and whether it's, as simple as being able to celebrate all of these things with her, or, as much as walking out into the arena and seeing the whiteout on the chairs out there, it's really cool. And it's really special and shoot, I'm talking about it right now, and just feeling the intense gratitude for me personally, being in women's basketball, to be able to be a part of this moment.
And here's the twist. While the double CC logo stole the spotlight on the walls, it was someone else who stole the scoreboard. Indiana came out swinging, dropping 20-plus points in every quarter, and Seattle never caught up. The Fever never trailed. Not once to be why the time the buzzer sounded, the scoreboard blazed 95-75. And this win wasn't just loud, it was a thunderclap that launched Indiana from 8th place straight into the 6th seed.
Hitting head there at the beginning of the game, comes back in. If you could just speak to her toughness and what it meant seeing her fight through what sure was not very pleasant.
I feel like Lexi's a definition of tough.
Yes.
I think when you just think of her as a player, the way that she hustles, she likes to get loose balls, extra offensive possessions. That's what she does. I mean, she got hit, she came back and just continued to contribute again, was a pest on defense, just making her presence felt, offensive rebounds, and that's just who.
Fans may have arrived rocking Caitlin Clark's new logo, but they left buzzing about a team that turned one night of celebration into a showcase of absolute dominance. But here's the real question. What was the true turning point in this season? The moment when Indiana could have folded under the weight of injuries but refused to break. You didn't have to wait long for the answer. Just minutes into the first quarter, chaos struck. Lexi Hull and Gabby Williams collided, crashing hard while battling for a loose ball.